In this video, we are going to discuss about partial ordering relation, which can also be called as partial order relation, and partial order set. In short, we can call it as POSET. So in POSET, PO stands for partial order. Next set. Okay. First, let us see the definition for the partial ordering relation or partial order relation, and then we will see the definition for the POSET or partial order set, and then we will discuss an example. First, let us see the definition for partial order relation. A relation R on a set X is said to be partial ordering relation if it is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. So we know that we represent relation by using capital R on a set X. Here this X is nothing but uppercase letter. We know that set is always represented by using the uppercase letter, whereas the members, the elements of the set are represented by using lowercase letters. So X is equal to, within the curly braces, X comma Y comma Z. So X is nothing but name of the set, whereas X, Y, Z are nothing but elements of the set. Here in place of these lowercase letters, we can use numbers also, there is no problem. Okay. So when we can say that the relation is partial ordering relation, if it satisfies three properties. The first property is reflexive relation, the second property is antisymmetric relation, the third property is transitive relation. So if the relation is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive, then we can call that relation as partial ordering relation. Now let us see what is POSET, partial order set. If the relation is partial order relation, then the corresponding set is called as partial order set, POSET. So we know that we define relation on two sets. Okay. So if the relation is partial order relation, then we can call the corresponding set as POSET or partial order set. Let us see how we can denote the POSET. POSET is denoted by P comma less than or equal to. Here less than or equal to is nothing but the relation. So P comma R. So we can denote POSET by using P comma less than or equal to. Here what is less than or equal to? It is nothing but relation. Okay. Now let us see. Yeah, here it may be either greater than or equal to or division symbol. We can use any other symbol. Now let us see an example for this. So P is equal to, P is nothing but name of the set. Here P is nothing but name of the set. R is nothing but which relation we are applying. Okay. P is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6 comma 12. Here the relation is X comma Y belongs to R if X divides Y. So we have to construct a relation based upon this condition. If it satisfies reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive, then we can call this relation as partial ordering relation and this set as POSET. First let us construct the relation. So R is equal to, here 1, here what are X and Y? X and Y are nothing but the pairs of this set only. Okay. So 1 divides all the elements. So we can write 1 comma 1, next we can write 1 comma 2, next we can write 1 comma 3, next we can write 1 comma 4, 1 comma 4, next we can write 1 comma 6, next we can write 1 comma 12. Why? Because let us assume that we performed 1 divided by 3. So what is 1 divided by 3? 0. That means if this remainder is 0, then we can say that X divides Y. Okay. So in this pair, the first element is called as X, whereas the second element is called as Y. Now let us see the second element. What is the second element? 2 comma 1. So can 2 divides 1? Can 2 divides 1? No. 2 zeros are 0. 1 minus 0 means 1. So here we are getting remainder as 1. So we can say that 2 can't divides 1. Okay. So we can't write 2 comma 1. But we can write 2 comma 2. So 2 divides 2. Next, can we write 2 comma 3? No. 2 can't divides 3. Next, 2 divides 4. So we can write 2 comma 4. Next, we can write 2 comma 6 because 2 divides 6. We can write 2 comma 12. Why? Because if we take 2 divides 12, 2 sixes are 12. So 12 minus 12 means 0. Next 3. Can we write 3 comma 1? No. 3 can't divides 1. Next 3 can't divides 1. We can't write 3 comma 1. Next we can't write 3 comma 2. But we can write 3 comma 3. Next 3 can't divides 4. 3 divides 6 as well as 3 divides 12 also. 3 divides 12 also. Next, let us focus on the next element, that is 4. 4 can't divides 1, 4 can't divides 2, 4 can't divides 3, but 4 divides 4. 4 divides 4. Next 4 can't divide 6. Next 4 divides 12. Next if you take 12, 12 can't divides 1, 12 can't divides 2, 3, 4, 6, but 12 divides 12. So 12 comma 12. So this is the relation. Now let us check whether this is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive or not. If it satisfies both those 3 properties, then we can say that the relation is what? That relation is partial ordering relation. Okay. First let us see about reflexive property. So what is reflexive relation? X comma x should belongs to R. X comma x should belongs to R for any x belongs to the set. So what is the name of the set? P. So here what are the elements of the set? 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6 comma 12. If 1 comma 1 belongs to R, 2 comma 2 belongs to R, here these x's are nothing but elements of the set. If these are present in the relation, then we can say that it is reflexive relation. So 1 comma 1, what is the next element? 2 comma 2, next element 3 comma 3, next pair, next ordered pair 4 comma 4, next ordered pair 6 comma 6, next ordered pair 12 comma 12. Let us check whether these pairs are present in the relation or not. This is reflexive. If x comma x belongs to R, then it is called as reflexive relation. What are x? X is nothing but the elements of the set. So 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 is present in the relation. So 1 comma 1 belongs to R. Next 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2 is belonging to R. Next 3 comma 3. So here we have 3 comma 3. So 3 comma 3 is also present in the relation. So next 4 comma 4. So here we have 4 comma 4. So 4 comma 4 is also present in the relation. Next we have, next we need to write the pair with 6 also, but by mistake I didn't write those pairs. So let us write those pairs. 6 comma 6 comma 6 divides 12 also. 6 comma 12. Okay. 6 comma 12. So 6 comma 6 belongs to R. So that is present in the relation. 12 comma 12 belongs to R. That is present in the relation. So we can say that this relation is a reflexive relation. Now let us focus on the next two properties, such as antisymmetric and transitive. So what is antisymmetric relation? If x comma, let us write what is antisymmetric first. So antisymmetric means if x comma y belongs to R and x not equal to y, then y comma x doesn't belongs to R. If x comma y belongs to R and x not equal to y, then y comma x doesn't belongs to R. Okay. Here there is no need to check for 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4, 6 comma 6 and 12 comma 12. Why? Because here for this the condition is if x comma y belongs to R and x is equal to y, then y comma x belongs to R. If x comma y belongs to R and x is equal to y, if you consider this pair 1 is equal to 1, condition is true, then y comma x should belongs to R. Y comma x means if you reverse 1 comma 1, we will get 1 comma 1 only. So 1 comma 1 belongs to R. Likewise, if you take 3 comma 3, so 3 comma 3 belongs to R and 3 equal to 3, then y comma x belongs to R. If you reverse 3 3, then we will get 3 3 only. So that's why there is no need to focus on those pairs. So let us focus on remaining pairs. If you consider this one, so 1 comma 2 belongs to R and 1 not equal to 2, 1 not equal to 2, 1 not equal to 2, then 2 comma 1 doesn't belongs to R. 2 comma 1 doesn't belongs to R. If you check the relation, here we don't have 2 comma 1. So there is no problem. Next, let us see about 1 comma 3. 1 comma 3 belongs to R. Then 3 comma 1 should not present in the relation. Here we don't have 3 comma 1. Next 1 comma 4. 1 comma 4 means 4 comma 1 should not present in the relation. Here we don't have 4 comma 1. Next, let us focus on 1 comma 6. So 1 comma 6 means 6 comma 1 should not present in the relation. We don't have 6 comma 1. Next, here we have 1 comma 12. So 1 comma 12 means 12 comma 1 should not present in the relation. Here we don't have 12 comma 1. Okay. If you take 2 comma 6. So reverse of 2 comma 6 means 6 comma 2. So there is no 6 comma 2. 6 comma 2 is not present in the relation. Next to 2 comma 12. That means 12 comma 2 do not present in the relation. Here we don't have 12 comma 2. So we can say that this relation is antisymmetric relation. Now let us focus on the third property, that is transitive relation. So what is transitive relation? So very easy. Transitive relation means if x comma y belongs to R and y comma z belongs to R, then x comma z should also belongs to R. If x comma y belongs to R and y comma z belongs to R, then x comma z should belongs to R. So let us take 1 comma 1. Let us take 1 comma 1. Next, we have to take a pair which starts with 1. So what are the pairs which starts with 1? We have 1 comma 2. Next we have 1 comma 3. Next we have 1 comma 4. Next we have 1 comma 6 also. So if we combine here, this 1 comma 1 is nothing but xy. This 1 comma 2 is nothing but yz. So xy yz means the new pair is xz. So 1 comma 2 is present. Next to 1 1 1 3. That means 1 comma 3. So 1 comma 3 is present in the relation. 1 comma 1 1 comma 4 means 1 comma 4. So 1 comma 4 is present in the relation. Let us take 2 comma 4. So 2 comma 4 means we have to take the pairs which starts with 4. So what are the pair which starts with 4? We have two pairs. 4 comma 4, next 4 comma 12. So 2 comma 4, 4 comma 4 means we will get 2 comma 4. So 2 comma 4 is present in the relation. Next to 2 comma 4, 4 comma 12 means 2 comma 12 is present in the relation. 2 comma 12. Here we have 2 comma 12. So likewise, by taking this formula, we can say that this is also a transitive relation. For every pair, if x comma y and y comma z belongs to R, then x comma z is also belongs to R. So we can say that this is also transitive. So this relation is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. So we can say that this is partial ordering relation, and this set is called as POSET, partial order set.